Welcome everybody. Welcome to my sacred circle. Welcome to Drawing Down the Moon System of Reiki. Welcome to this video where we talk about being kind. This is another instructional video in a series of about 60 videos that will be coming out over the next year or so. The series introduces the 54 cards in my oracle deck, Healing with Ki. The oracle deck was designed to introduce us to several different kinds of ki, several different wavelengths of ki. And it ends up being about a year and a day journey, a year and a day learning, a year and a day connecting, a year and a week really of noticing energy in our world, how it affects us and how we affect the energy in our lives. These are my life's work. It's a curated set of 54 inspirational and educational lessons about universal ki and how we interact with it, how we can use it to our benefit, and how we can use it for the benefit of the world. The cards, the companion book, and this video series are created to be tools of empowerment and inspiration for you. They're designed not only to shed light on the issues that need your attention right here and now, like a lot of tarot cards or oracle cards are, but also to guide you in connecting with the right energy to help you then shift out of where you are, shift out of what's out of balance and into a higher frequency, into a higher level of understanding, into a higher level of love and compassion, into a higher level of connection to the world and the people around you. Because when we heal ourselves, we heal the world around us. We literally change our world by changing ourselves, our own perceptions, our own understandings, our own reactions. So when we shift our inner worlds, we shift our outer world. And each card introduces you to an exercise or a meditation or a ritual that can help you connect with a different healing vibe. My name is Lisa Ayres. I am a holistic healer, a Reiki master teacher. I've been a practicing pagan for over 25 years. I've been working with ki for just as long officially and probably my whole life unofficially. So let's talk a little bit about Reiki first. If you are attuned to Reiki, you'll find that you can deepen your practice with this video, the whole series, the cards. You can use the Reiki frequencies that you learn about in your different levels to deepen the practice that comes with these cards. But I specifically designed these cards to be used by anyone. You don't need to be attuned to Reiki. You don't need to be attuned to any kind of healing modality. You simply need to be open to connecting to what you're already connected to, understanding it, noticing it, feeling it, and learning how to work with it. And that's the whole point of this series. We began this series with Imbolc, February 2nd, New Beginnings. What a perfect way to start a journey. So if you want to do this journey, go all the way back to video number 1. Start at the beginning, work your way through, not chronologically, because it might be different for you, but numerically, I've numbered all the videos, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way through, so that you know what order to watch them in. The second video, the second lesson that we did, introduced us to the ki of the full moon, the energy of the full moon, helped us to recognize what we have to be grateful for, and helped us to request a deep connection with the moon goddess. The third video introduced card number 1 in the series, and it helped us to release anger as the moon shrinks. because anger gets in the way of having positive vibes in our life. The second card, video number 4, also helped us to release on the new moon anxiety, worries, stress, things that are holding us back from opening up. Now we're moving on to card 3. With this video, we're moving into energies that we want to increase in our lives. So we've acknowledged we want a deeper connection. We've acknowledged and requested that deeper connection. We've said, hey, I want to let go of this junk in my life. And here's where I want to start. I want to start bringing more kindness. Kindness is the first vibe that we'll be working with to increase. So this whole video is all about kindness, humility, loving compassion, empathy, understanding how we can bring more of that into our world so that we can start to shift our own energy, shift our own minds, shift our own hearts. So card number 3 is the Reiki Principle. Just for today, can I be humble and kind? Or just for today, I will be humble and kind. I like to say just for this moment, just right now while I'm thinking about it. I'm focusing on being humble and focusing on being kind. Let's talk about the principles. The principles or the precepts are rules to live by to ensure good health and good fortune. The founder of Reiki, Mikao Usui, taught that the principles are the way, the path to bring good fortune into our lives, and they're also a miraculous medicine that remedies all kinds of diseases. Think about it. A disease is dis-ease, discomfort. It is an uncomfortable vibration that we want to step out of into a different vibration, a different key, a different flow of energy in your body. The principles have become daily mantras for many Reiki practitioners. They teach us to live in the moment, to be free of unhealthy emotions, which then cause unhealthy vibrations, which then mess up our whole energetic field. That's not where we want to be. We want to be at a high vibration of love and kindness and empathy and understanding and connection. Master Usui taught his students to incorporate these principles into their daily activities and into their daily lives to encourage health and balance in their life. Don't be fooled though. These principles are quite complex. If you delve deeply into them, they show us a path to spiritual development and even enlightenment. They're a set of moral and ethical standards to live by every day. They facilitate harmonious relationships across all areas of your life. They're basic preventative medicine. Don't fight. Don't be mean. Be conscious of what you put out into the world and what you take into your life. And they're aids for mindfulness and living in the moment. The precepts are loosely based on Buddhist teachings, which of course remind us to stay firmly in this moment. They teach us that it's not about what happens to us that defines our lives, but rather how we react to life's circumstances that make us who we are. It's a hard pill to swallow. But the only thing we have control of in our life is how we respond to what's happening to us. So they teach us that we can control our own lives and our own health. We have that power. So think of the principles as paths towards your own Buddha nature. So our Buddha nature is that divine power that dwells within each and every one of us. And it asks us to look inside. They don't ask us to look outside. Our Buddha nature is within us. It is who we are. It is part of this whole physical being, because we're not just physical. We're spiritual and physical together. Master Usui taught us to sit in Gasho during our daily meditation and practice and feel each ideal in our heart. So to feel that loving kindness, that compassion, that humility in our heart each and every day to help us remain on the right path and with the right focus, to help us clarify our priorities. So what's the vibe that we're trying to work with? What's the vibe that we're trying to connect to today? It's humility and compassion. This principle reminds us of another universal principle: as within, so without. If I am full of humility and compassion, empathy and kindness, the world will be full of that for me as well. If we are humble and kind, the universe responds in kind. Every experience that comes into our life, remember, appears to reflect back to us something that needs our recognition. So be kind, because that person, place, or thing that's coming into your life that's causing you anxiety or anger or frustration, it's there to remind you of something. It's there to teach you a lesson. It's there to help you refocus. So it's so funny that this week I have been working on this video about kindness and empathy and understanding and loving compassion. It's been a rough week for me. I have had lots of opportunities to breathe and remember to be humble. Breathe and remember to have compassion and empathy, and to step outside of my emotions and to step into loving kindness and compassion, and to use those tools to help me move forward in this particular situation in a way that will end up being beneficial for everyone involved. Sometimes it's hard, but I tell you what, these principles have kept me on track this week. I was reminded regularly: kind, breathe, humble, breathe. And it was helpful, and I was grateful for them this week. So just for today, just for this moment, I will be humble and kind. Try it in different situations. See how the vibes immediately shift the situation that you're in. So, when someone is cruel to you, breathe, step back. Do you want to be the kind of person who is cruel back? Or do you want to be the kind of person who simply walks away and doesn't throw wood on the fire? Or do you want to be the kind of person who gives back love and compassion? I'm not telling you which one it should be. I'm just asking you to consider. In the moment, what do you want to be? We're not perfect. No one's perfect. But if you can bring yourself to a space where you have enough control over your body and your mind in a moment of heightened emotion, that's power. That's power. Remember, be kind, be humble, without expectation of reciprocity. Because we're not here to tell the world how to treat us. We're not here to tell the world what to give us. We simply teach through example. We simply share through example. We simply let the world know, let the universe know, this is what I want more of in my life. If I respond this way, I am expecting the universe will send it back. Maybe not through that same person right in front of you though. Maybe in a different way. And that's okay. Because I choose to be a person who is kind 99% of the time. Try being kind even after you've been kind and you're not getting kindness back. These are the moments that we really are challenged. These are the moments where we ask ourselves, who do I want to be? Do I want to hold on to this anger and frustration and anxiety and fear and all the things that cause us to fight back and get our backs up and get angry? Or do I want to hold on to that junk? No, I don't actually want that in my life. I don't actually want that in my life. I want a higher vibration, a happier vibration, less drama in my life. So I let it go. I let it go. After you sort of practice with this, take some time to reflect upon your body, how your body felt before, during, and after these interactions. So do you notice that your body holds anxiety, anger, frustration, fear? Do you hold all these negative emotions in a specific part of your body? For me, it's in my hands. I like roar, and I tighten my jaw. And I also protect myself by going like this, right? So I can help myself learn to be stronger and more relaxed by noticing, oh, my hands are clenching. Okay, my hands are clenching. That must mean I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling attacked, I'm feeling whatever, I'm feeling angry. Why? Why am I feeling that way? I love the 5 whys. 5 whys. Why am I feeling that way? Oh, this person over there is screaming and yelling. They're not screaming and yelling at me. Why does that bother me? Screaming and yelling reminds me of my childhood, my parents fighting. Oh, why does that bother me? My parents often fought close to me and I felt threatened. Oh, why did I feel threatened? Oh, because it was an unsafe environment. So those 5 whys have gotten me down to, I don't feel safe. So I'm responding by being angry or tense or going into fight or flight or whatever. The 5 whys will take you down a path and you're going to want to journal. But these principles, I will choose to be kind and humble. 1, help us learn about ourselves. That's the most important thing. And when we learn about ourselves, we can then choose to respond differently. So then I can say, oh, this person's screaming and yelling over there. It's making me a bit uncomfortable, but it's not about me. I can choose to step away. I can choose not to respond to this. I can help my body calm down and let go of this fear and anger. Notice what you have control over. You don't have control over those people screaming and yelling, but you do have control over relaxing your hands, letting your shoulders drop, telling my lizard brain, oh, this isn't about me. I can let go of this. I don't need to hold on to this. Literally telling your body, I don't actually have to hold on to this. I don't actually have to make this mine. I don't actually have to, I don't actually have to think or feel anything about it because it's not about me. Maybe it is about you though. Let's talk about a situation where it might be about you. Maybe, say for example, for me, integrity is a real big issue. So if someone calls my integrity into question, I immediately get my back up. I'm like, no, I have integrity. I want to, at the very least, have integrity. And if I don't, I feel really bad about myself. And I choose to make better decisions so that I can fix that problem. But let's just say someone's calling your integrity into question. I'm going to get my back up for sure. And hopefully I will have the clarity of mind and calmness of heart to step back and ask myself, is this person actually bringing something to my attention that I really should pay attention to? And if I actually think about my own values, am I veering outside of my own value system? And that allows me to then respond appropriately. Oh, you're right. I did step out of my own value system, and thank you for pointing that out to me. I'll try to do better because that's not the type of person I want to be. Or, no, I'm solidly within my bounds. I definitely feel the way that I feel, and I feel strongly enough about this to stand up for myself and hold my boundaries true. Those are really important questions to ask yourself. And you can't do it if you're in a reactive state. It's very difficult to do. Very difficult to do. So these principles remind us, breathe, step out of reaction, ask questions, be curious, be humble. Everybody makes mistakes. Can I respond to this kindly? And then think about what you want to do differently, the things that you have control over yourself. Think about how you felt, not just physically, but like, did you feel awkward in your heart? Did you feel vulnerable? Were you unsure of yourself? Or did you feel warm and fuzzy and you're like, yes, I want more of that in my life? Okay, how are you going to get more of that in your life? So journal about it. Like, actually ask these questions. Journal about it. Think about what you might do differently. Think about ways that you can bring more of those warm and fuzzies into your life. And think about these aspects of yourself that you might want to shift, because the goal is to have a pleasant and happy life, 99% of the time. So being kind sure is hard work, right? Self-reflection is humility in action. Being humble is being ready and willing to choose to change, to choose to recognize, I'm not happy with the way that this is working out for me. I have control over this. I'm going to change that because I don't like the way this is going. And the ability to also change it when it's necessary, when it's warranted, or when it's desired. Part of being kind to yourself is knowing your own boundaries, knowing your own moral standards, knowing your own moral guideposts. And if you're stepping outside of that guidepost, you're not being kind to yourself either. Remember, kindness isn't just about the outside world, it's about you too. Are you being kind to your body? Are you being kind to your mind? Are you being kind to your soul? Right? Be empathetic with yourself just as much as you are empathetic with the outside world. Just as important, if not more, because if you are not kind and empathetic to yourself, you cannot be kind and empathetic to the outside world. You really, truly can't. Or if you are, you're being nice. And being nice is different than being kind. Being nice is doing what you think other people want you to do. And that's just going to tear you down inside. So set intentions to be healthfully humble, healthfully empathetic, healthfully kind. Not just nice, right? Boundaries matter. And that's a big deal. It's a big deal. That was a hard lesson for me to learn in my life. Took a lot of years. Took a lot of years. So journal about your triggers around humility, empathy, and kindness. Really ask the 5 whys. Really delve deeply into them. Look for a deeper understanding of what you are working through, whatever that might be. And use what's presented to you in your everyday life. Now that you've invited these energies into your life, they're gonna present situations to you that will cause you to pause and cause you to be curious and cause you to ask why. And the answer is because this will help you get better. This will help you raise your frequency. This will help you make deeper connections. There's always something that can be learned. There's always something that can be learned. But we have to allow ourselves to be in that non-fight or flight space to be able to learn those lessons. So when you've taken some time to think through how you can bring more kindness, empathy, humility into your life, you can ask for help. And you can ask to connect with that energy and that feeling in your heart, which is what Master Yasui taught us. Connect with it deeply in your heart, in your true being. So on any night, but ideally between the dark moon and the full moon, so as the moon is growing, try some self-healing to help you, one, break down the barriers to humility and compassion that you're learning about, but two, to increase this kindness, this compassion, this loving connection, right? So we can do work that breaks down things as well as work that builds things up. Your focus in this case is understanding the barriers that need to be broken down, understanding why they're there. And you're wanting to increase that understanding, wanting to increase humility, increase compassion, increase kindness in your life, okay? And as a result of that, other things will break down and it'll just happen naturally. So think about the things that have come clear to you as you've been journaling, okay? Then spend some time in meditation about humility, empathy, and loving kindness. Just in meditation, asking to understand and connect to the deeper meaning, the deeper truths behind humility, empathy, and loving kindness. Ask your spirit guides to be present to help you to work through these healthful, empathetic ways, to gain insight into your own patterns, into your own hiccups around empathy, kindness, humility, compassion. All right, so let's do just that. We have, today the lesson is about us. It might not be a big deal for you, or it might be something that you're really working hard on. So I'm just going to do a very, very, very basic sacred circle. I already have my altar set. I've already invited in sacred energies. But if it's important to you to create a sacred space, please do that. I think it is really important to ritually cleanse in this case because we want to make space for a different energy to come in, okay? And I think that our ability to truly embrace humility and kindness is affected at literally every chakra level. So in this particular case, I think angel wings is a really great way to ritually cleanse. All right, so let's do angel wings. Remember, you're solidly connected to the earth. Your feet are flat on the ground. Your knees are slightly bent so that your hips are really loose. Your center of gravity, your hara, your dantian, is full, kind of like floating in the air, like you're noticing that center of gravity, that space, that connection. Your legs and feet are solidly rooted into the earth. Just take a couple of deep breaths this way. Notice your shoulders, roll them back. Chin, not too high, not too low, level with the ground. When you breathe in, the energy comes into the hara. When you breathe out, the energy flows into your room. All right, lift your arms up. Your arms are your angel wings. Sweep clear your crown chakra, your higher chakras. Open up your connection to higher vibrations. Sweep clear your third eye, of course, for understanding, self-understanding. Sweep clear your throat chakra. The throat chakra is going to help you to build strong connections, strong relationships, of course, open and honest communication. Sweep clear the heart. Again, the heart, relationships, understanding, true heart connections, right? Your solar plexus. This is where we put our barriers up. This is where we protect ourselves. So focusing on breaking down those barriers, opening up to a newer, fresher, happier, lighter view of the world. Navel is where all our emotion and fear is. So we just want to clear that away, clean slate. And then the root. The root is fear, passion, anger, all those things that can get in the way when we're unbalanced. So we just want to sweep that away. And then feel again your connection to the earth. Feel yourself tall and strong, open, clear. Notice the difference in your body now that you've let go of all that junk. And then breathe in, rolling up earth energy. And sweeping down your back. This is a good space to be in to start your meditation. Now, once you've set a clear space to work in, whether that's simply using your energy to clear your space of negativity, or whether it's calling in the 7 directions and asking for help, that's up to you. The next step is to clearly state your intention for this meditation. And the intention is to open up your heart and your mind to loving kindness and compassion, to humility, to empathy. And we begin by sending healing vibes to our heart chakra first. Literally sit comfortably. If you want to lay down, you can. I never lay down for meditation. I'm always too tired and I fall asleep. So I stay sitting. The key is that you're comfortable. You're breathing in. You're breathing in loving kindness. You're breathing in healing vibrations to this heart chakra. Feel the energy coming in through the nose, down through the throat chakra, into the heart, and filling the heart up. And you'll notice that as you breathe this energy into the heart chakra, you'll notice your body starts to just kind of, your shoulders start to relax. Shoulders are part of the heart chakra, so are the hands and arms. You'll notice your breathing will get deeper and slower. You'll notice that you just kind of let go of tension. So we want to breathe this way. 3 breaths is okay. 9 breaths is awesome. 9 minutes is even better. So let's do 9 breaths. Okay, here we go. 1. 2. Now, if you do have Reiki symbols, great symbols to use are, of course, the Chakra to open up the energy. You could use the distance symbol if you're feeling like there's some past trauma you need to let go to open yourself up. Perfect. Also use Seiheki then. You might use hearth to clear away old stuff that you're letting go of. You might use angel wings to pull in that protective energy. If you don't have Reiki, you can use other symbols that you feel are appropriate. Even just a happy face, even just a heart. Perhaps you create a sigil, any of those things. You can use a Sanskrit symbol for the heart chakra, would also be appropriate. But simply just seeing white healing light pouring into your heart chakra, that's good enough. You could use pink light for universal love, universal key energy. You could use green light if you're wanting to extend that outward expression of love and kindness. All right, that's about 9 or 10 breaths. Next, we're going to send healing vibes to our throat chakra. The throat chakra helps us to build healthy relationships. It also helps us express our love and our compassion. It's also important for righteousness and justice. Now, the throat chakra can be very sensitive for some people. They don't like to feel hands around their neck. That's okay. You can create a tent. Put your pinky on your chin and your thumb on your collarbones. Just rest it there. And imagine that healing light pouring in. Now it's coming in to your heart, down your arms, and back to your throat. We've just cleared the heart. It's full of universal love. Now we're using that gateway to pour into our throat chakra. Now the throat chakra, the color is like a light sky blue. It's beautiful blue. You can use higher vibrations. You can use pink, white, silver. These are appropriate higher vibrations. If you're noticing that the words coming out of your mouth aren't really high vibration, use higher vibration colors like silver, white, light blue. These are appropriate. Pink, violet. Pink if you want your words to be more kind, more compassionate. Blowing away the stuff that doesn't serve you. You'll probably notice a relaxing of the jaw. You might notice a flowing of lymph from the ears or the back of the throat. That's excellent. That's a good sign. That means we're releasing toxicity. You might notice your shoulders start to relax even more as well. They're connected to the throat chakra. Now, if you have aches and pains in your shoulders or your arms like I do, and it's hard to hold your hands up for so long, you can rest with your arms beside you so that you're laying, the arms are relaxed, and you're just shooting energy from your hands towards your throat. That's fine. In the end, it's all about intuition, imagination, intention. So if you really can't use your hands for whatever reason, you don't have to. Just imagine that white healing light pouring down in a beam of light into the throat chakra. So let's take 3 more breaths. Again, any symbol that suits your intention is the right symbol to use. Now remember, change the phrasing as you move forward in life. If you're really struggling, just for this moment. At the beginning of the day, remind yourself, my goal is to live in compassion, in kindness, in humility. At the end of the day, question, did I live in compassion, kindness, and humility today? And if not, offer yourself compassion, kindness, and humility. Recognize it didn't happen. Maybe not every moment of every day. Forgive yourself. It's okay. We all make mistakes. The point is always the intention. So, and then throughout the day, in this moment, I choose to be kind. In this moment, I choose to be humble. In this moment, I choose to be empathetic and full of loving kindness. Don't forget to check out Random Acts of Kindness Foundation. They give you tips every day for kindness. You can sign up for their texts if you want to. I love the Random Acts of Kindness Foundation. I've been following them right from the beginning, from 1997. They're awesome. They give you all kinds of ideas. Remember, kindness isn't just about other people. It's about yourself. It's about the animals and plants in your life. It's about the world, Mother Earth herself. How can we be kind to her? There are many different ways to be kind. It's not just opening doors and sending flowers. Honor and recognition. I always like to recognize my teachers, those who helped me to get to this point, to be able to help you get to this point, to share my experiences and my knowledge. And in this case, for this lesson today, it is obviously Master Mikao Usui, as well as Walter Lubeck. His book, Reiki, Way of the Heart in particular, really influenced this lesson. So if you're curious, try to find that book. It's out of print, but it's a good one. It's very old. I think it's from the 70s. It's pretty awesome. All right. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you in another week. Next week, we are doing gratitude.